What's good, people? Tef here, back at it again with another video. And yes, from the title of my video, yes, I'm going to be reviewing the Leicester and Chelsea game, which Leicester won. The game was played on a Saturday. So yes, let's just jump straight into it. So yes, if you watched the game, it was a fairly good game. Obviously, first half, Chelsea looked like they were in control of the game. Leicester were totally out of it. Chelsea were playing very, very well. Honestly, if Leicester didn't change the way they were playing in the second half, I think Chelsea would have at least nicked it, by a goal or something, by a goal to nil or something. But yeah, obviously in the first half, one talking point is that Reece James was moved to a right centre back role instead of wing back, while the paceless Aspilicueta was moved to a right wing back role. No problem with that whatsoever. Obviously, they would have trained Reece James to play there. I think he has played there for Wigan, I think, when he was on loan. So that was fine. Obviously, he was put there to mark Vardy. Obviously, if you put a Aspilicueta there, he will be burned out. So yeah. My issue with this is obviously Reece James is very essential at the right wing back role, and his crosses are very good. Better than Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta is not a back cross of the ball, but Reece James is very good. He's got pace. He can go down that right wing there. Obviously, he'll be facing I think a 19-year-old in Thomas, the Leicester left back. So him being there would have, because obviously Thomas does have pace. Masquerade does not have pace, so it's easier to mark him when you are a wing back. But yeah, I think he did nullify Vardy. I don't think obviously Vardy did get the better of him in the second bit in the second half, but I think for most parts of the game he did defend Vardy quite well. But yeah, my only issue, well, still on that issue, still on that topic, just I think he's got I don't know who was it I think it was Zuma that started there. I mean that also started. But the thing is, I know that Chelsea has two other centre backs in Zuma and Rudiger. I don't know why he just didn't put them either side of Thiago Silva. Put Rudiger at right centre back and Zuma at left centre back. I mean, Rudiger has pace and power to nullify Vardy. So if he was fearful of Vardy, that was the case. So yeah, that could have really helped. Another talking point for me, well, also looking at the wing back situation. I personally do not see why Marcos Alonso played. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he's a bad player. I think out of Chilwell and Marcos Alonso, he's most likely gonna get a goal for Chelsea because he's always up the field. Further than the striker sometimes. But look, he played that game. Yeah, he just didn't play well. I mean, Chilwell has been playing all these games. The only other game I saw Marcos Alonso play was against City, and I think that was just because you guys, Chelsea had just played Madrid in the semi-final, so that was probably just to give Chilwell a rest. But Chilwell is my first. If I could choose a first choice left wing back for Chelsea, it's gonna be Chilwell. So yes, there's that talking point for them. On a Leicester thing, obviously, they just took control of the game the second half. I think the midfielders, Ndidi and Tillemans. Yeah. First things first, I had no problems with the Leicester lineup. Obviously, I thought Madison was gonna play instead of Perez, but yeah, obviously it didn't. It wasn't really much of a problem, but yeah, I think Leicester just got more of the ball in the second half. Moises Perez just started dropping a bit deeper to at least get the ball to Vardy and to Iheanacho. And it worked. Obviously, It didn't really work perfectly, but because it did take a moment of magic from Yuri Tillemans, which was a fantastic goal, one of the greater FA Cup goals in previous years. I haven't. Yeah, let me just carry on. I don't really remember some FA Cup goals, but yeah, in recent memory, that's one of the best FA Cup final goals for me. From what, from the little knowledge, from the little football I have seen these last couple of years. But anyway, it was a good goal, and yeah, there was that VAR call. I think it was offside, slightly offside. Quite unlucky for Chelsea, but yeah, VAR is doing its job, unfortunately, for Chelsea. But it was a fairly good game. Competitive, you know. Yeah, that those are my thoughts. Chelsea could actually lose two finals in a row, and that's not to put any shade on Chelsea or whatever. But yeah, it just is what it is. Yeah. I actually blame Tuchel on this one, on his decisions. Some of his decisions, I don't know, it was panic. Just play the way you're playing all this time. The Arsenal game, that was that was just luck. As an Arsenal fan, it's all luck. Don't. Yeah, it was all luck. It was just, it is what it is. So I don't see why he had to change a lot of things. Reece James and centre back, Marcos Alonso there and stuff. But yeah, shout out to Kante. He had a fantastic game, by the way. He was quite immense in that game. He was good. Um, Schmeichel was also good. Put out a couple of saves. He single-handedly in those last 10 minutes, you know, s- saved Leicester. That like single-handedly did it. Like single-handedly. Wonderful saves. What else? Yeah, those were just a few of the my candidates for man of the match. Um, yeah, those are my thoughts.